I'd like to call to order the town board. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Deteen?
Here.
Trustee McKinney?
Here.
Trustee McDowell?
Here.
Trustee Fisher?
Here.
Chairman Neal?
Here. As far as agenda changes, I would like to remove item 7 and item 10. Item 7, the annual report, we've been focusing on the budget, so we will have that for the next meeting. And then the quote for the computer security audit, I'll talk a little bit about it, but I will have that at the March meeting as well. So is there a motion to accept the changes?
I'll move to accept those changes.
Second?
Second.
Second. Discussion?
Right.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Trustee McKinney?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Item 4, approval of minutes of the regular meeting held January 16th, 2018 at 6:30 PM. Is there a motion?
Move that you approve the minutes.
Second?
Second.
Excellent. Any discussion? And you made the correction with the dates?
And we have a motion to do on the name, Trustee Fisher's name.
Oh.
I'll fix that.
Okay, so 2 things to correct is,
Just that one.
Okay.
The other stuff's correct.
okay, perfect. So did we spell it wrong?
Yeah, the name's wrong.
Oops. Oops. We'll get it. We got it on the window, and now we'll get it on the minutes. Okay. Any other discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Trustee McKinney?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Are there any citizens' comments tonight? Going once? Going twice? No citizens' comments? Okay. Moving forward is item number 6, authorized bills for payment. Trustee Deteen.
Well, I'd like to say that I met with the township supervisor and the assessor this afternoon, and we had a jolly good time together. Discussed the bills, everything is in order. I want to thank you for that. So I respectfully ask city trustees or township trustees to approve the bills amounting to $71,896.20.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion?
I guess, are we also looking at the income statement at this point in
Yeah,
time?
all the finances.
Okay, yeah. So I just, 2 questions. It looks like we're over budget with legal fees, and we've made more or additional expenditure in capital outlay. Is it?
Correct. So as far as the attorney's fees, in the past, the way that I responded was that I followed common sense, and if we desperately needed to hire an attorney, I would call an attorney. To be honest, since the last election, what I found out is that common sense doesn't always apply. And so I don't want to get caught up in another situation where I think I'm doing the right thing, and it turns out because of some rule, and there's a lot of township laws that are so gray, and even when I talk to one attorney and they tell me something, then they go back and research it and they come back with something else. So we will be increasing attorney fees for next year.
Yeah.
And this all happened, after the budget, when I realized all the different gray areas that I wanted to. It was my goal this year to clean up anything that I didn't know for sure. So, yeah, they will probably continue to be over
Okay.
for this year. Thank you. And then as far as the capital outlay, we noticed that when we were doing the budget, and it was a complete oversight on my part. It should have said 35,000 all along. That's what it is in the structure, and
okay.
it was a misprint in the budget for 30,000. So it'll be 35 again this year.
All right.
This coming year. So thank you for catching that. Any other questions, comments, concerns, suggestions? Nothing? I do appreciate Trustee Fisher reached out to us in regard to on the actual check register. We have to redact any of the residents that come in for assistance because that's confidential. And what Trustee Fisher asked is if we could have, and Mike, you had brought this up before too, and Sandra checked into it, and we'll talk about it in a little bit, the file maker changes, they will be able to code each individual with a number. So you won't know the name, but each month you'll be able to see the number, and it will correlate with that. So thank you for bringing that up. So I appreciate that. That was a really good idea. So, and Sandra, like, literally but then she met with us today and came out, said, this is what we're gonna do, and this is how it's gonna work, and went through the entire process, so it was great. So, yes. Okay, so any other discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Trustee McKinney?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Next item on the agenda is consider approval of quote for security camera upgrade. So this has been an interesting learning curve to find out. So we currently have 4 cameras on our building. One of them is, it's fuzzy, you can't really see anything. And I'm not going to tell anybody which one. So, and they're old. I think we put them in 6.5 years ago. So the technology that has changed up since then is huge. So I contacted the individual who put up the original cameras, Jim at George the Locksmith, and he gave us a quote just to do replace, the 3 cameras. So to keep what we have, replace the one, and add a couple on the interior of the building. And then we brought out this other company that alarm detection systems, and had an entire walk around and what we needed. And he shared with us that the cameras that we have, although they're still working, that they don't have a long life system. And he showed us where placement of the camera would give us a lot more visibility. There have been a number of times throughout the years that we've had to go down and actually watch the videotapes with, somebody's purse got stolen in the lobby, or situations happen on the outside of the property. We have our summer work program. So, there's some places where right now we don't have cameras, and when something happens, it would be really good so that we don't have to go through questioning and not knowing. We can just watch the video and address the situation properly. So the 2 quotes I gave you, one was for just upgrading the one that was broken and putting up 2 others, but I would like to recommend the ADS, but I'm in negotiation. I didn't like the price, so they gave us a price for 7 cameras of $5,848. And then they also do a monthly where they come out and check them and readjust and clean them. And it was $65 a month for that. And currently, we don't have anything like that, so I would love your feedback on that. And just to have, and so they provide 24-hour full parts and labor repair service, provide an annual inspection of all the equipment, and anything that goes wrong, they come back every month and check it out. I don't know that that's necessary.
Have you received a quote from ADT, the alarm service?
I did not.
I use that as a home service.
Okay.
And have cameras that has the capabilities that you're talking about, of
Okay.
recording, and their price might be a little different.
Okay.
I think it'd be well worth checking them out.
Excellent.
Does the township office have television?
We have Comcast in the building, and it's hooked up to one TV that we've never used, but it's cheaper with the bundle with our internet and our phone
Yeah.
system. to have that.
They also have a security system,
Okay.
so those might be 2 additional resources to check pricing.
Okay.
If we're looking to save some money and have pretty decent capabilities, there are cameras that you can just buy, and would go to your phone or Yes. something like that. For the interior of the building, there's some pretty neat stuff out there. For the exterior, one of these services is probably going to be a better route to go, because they can maintain their cameras. But on the interior of the building, there's a system like an Arlo system, that they've got several different types of cameras.
How do you spell Arlo?
ARLO. It's put out by Netgear.
By Netgear?
Yeah, that's the company that
Okay.
makes
Okay.
Arlo.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, they have a lot of capabilities, and you can monitor the inside of the building pretty easily, and especially if you want to keep track of client customer relations and things like that, they would work well with. for
Okay.
something like
Yeah, there's
that.
some of that because of confidentiality,
Oh,
it kind of.
well, you know, in the lobby or something
But
like
the
that.
lobby area and then coming in and out the back door, because
Yeah.
from the front lobby, you can't see who's coming, who came in the back door, so that can be another security issue if somebody got in. But I will check out these and I'll bring back the information that I get next month at the meeting. Excellent, thank you. Okay, next item is consider approval of quote for FileMaker upgrade. First, let me apologize if you took a lot of time to go through the one that was sent to you in your packet. That was the first one. So I shared with you a new one. So in the first one, the biggest cost factor, just to share with you, is right now with FOIA, with Freedom of Information Act requests, an individual can ask for emails up to 7 years prior. Okay, well, I have yet to find a system that will back up 7 years of my emails. And so what I've been doing is I haven't been deleting emails, and I've got, I think, like 9,000 emails in my inbox because I don't want to break the law with the FOIA request, but it is bogging down my computer horribly. You're laughing, Mike.
Where is that backed up to?
So it's backed up through MC Services.
Okay.
And that's the one that's doing the FileMaker. And I don't understand computers and I don't want to, but supposedly it's on a wheel, and when it fills, the old ones fall off, right? They just go into the abyss and they don't save them. So the first request, they came up with this whole convoluted idea that if they put the emails through the FileMaker system, they could be captured there, but then we'd have to do this and that, and I wasn't interested. It just made it even more complicated and way more expensive to manage. So I asked them to go back to the drawing board. There's got to be another way.
Is it a Windows-based system or?
We have Mac computers,
Ah,
and so,
What-
They do, you can back up to, I have
portable?
one in my house. What do they call it, though? I can't remember what the
Like a little
Apple-
portable hard drive?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You can get mine is 1 terabyte,
right,
Yeah.
and it backs up every 20 minutes.
right, and so it does that, but it'll only hold so much
Well, a terabyte.
with emails, right, and documents, and from what they're telling me, the space that it would take. And so all of that said, I've got them working on a few other opportunities.
okay.
And I also, and I'll share a little bit with the next one too, go ahead.
I also have a Mac specialist that I've used just for personal things at home that
Okay.
I could put you in touch with.
Yeah, I would love
for-
to see what, if he has any ideas or
Wait, I
suggestions
have it
about
right
it.
here. What's it called here? Time capsule. That's what
Yes,
it's called.
so everybody has time capsule, but it will not hold
No,
7
I mean,
years.
It goes,
Okay.
there's a separate one.
Right.
That is, it's a unit to back up, and, well, mine is 1 terabyte. I'm sure you can get more than 1 terabyte. That's a lot. It's a lot
So-
of space.
But,
So,
For emails.
would you be willing to help me figure this out? Because I have a very difficult time talking to computer people, and you're smiling about it, so you might actually enjoy it, I'm guessing, to help me find a solution.
Do I enjoy talking to computer people?
Well, I mean, not to be biased or anything about that, but they're so technical and
Sure.
it's so over my head.
Yeah.
So if you could help me find a solution to that, that would be wonderful.
Okay.
So-
one thing I think you need to keep in mind is that if you're looking at long-term record storage, that you should consider, because right now, all the emails run through a server owned by the township.
No, we used to have a server that was with the township and it got too expensive to maintain.
So now the server, where does the server
MC
exist?
Services.
MC Services.
Mm-hmm.
And they cannot do data storage for you?
They do data storage, they just say that it's going to be kind of expensive to do 7 years worth.
Because they're not doing it now. So right now,
They're
how far
doing
back
it.
are they going
I-
as far as their data back?
I don't know. And I think it varies per employee based on emails.
Right.
But yeah, I have not asked that. They haven't dug into it to try and find out at this point.
Right.
Because I just don't want
Because
to.
if you're archiving information over a long period of time,
Mm-hmm.
you either need to contract to have that stuff for safety. You actually need it to be stored off-site someplace,
Mm-hmm.
a data backup system somewhere.
That's where MC
If-
Services is doing it.
Right, because if something happens to them, then you lose all your information. And so,
They're a really big organization, so I'm sure that they've got that.
right, but that's one of the things you want to make sure that they're doing, that their data backups are not all just being stored in one spot, that they actually have
That's actually
a
why I
secondary.
have this other one, because if my data is backed up in other places, but I also have this one as a backup. So I keep one, and our company keeps one.
Right, okay.
But I really
I will
think
get the
you
answer to
need
that
to
question,
be,
too.
I think you need to be cautious, because what works for individuals is not necessarily what's best for an organization. So I think you'll need to get some research.
Right. So you'll help too?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
So we should stop giving advice right now.
Yeah, unless you want to help. So the other, so just moving on to the item that we, I put off for next month, just to add it to the conversation, I am getting a quote from a computer security. It's Wayne Lee, he was a teacher at Beal Park School, and they now are doing computers, and I want to do a security audit. I just want to know if we're being prudent with what we're doing, if the security system we have, if the backups, if the different things, how easy is it to break into the system? You know, what do we need to do to just do due diligence for the residents of this community to protect the information of their situations? So I will have that quote for next month to have them come in and just do that work. So that said, so what we ended up doing with MC Services with the FileMaker upgrades is primarily we have forms that we've updated that we need to have swapped out, the logo, different information that we want to tweak, as well as cleaning out the system. We've got some duplicates, we've got some blank stuff, so they would come in and do an upgrade on the system and take care of those different things. And the top price for doing that work is $3,500, and we actually put that in the budget for this year, and we didn't get to doing that because I really wanted to make sure that we were on the same page with them before we did it. So, and so I included, you know, the information, but it's in the budget, so I don't think that we need to vote on it, Cheryl, right? If it's in the budget to have done it. So,
Budgeted?
what's that?
Is it already
Yeah,
budgeted?
it's already budgeted. So, but I did want to just, you know, update you guys on what we're doing. The FileMaker system is what we use for literally everything, all of our client files, all of our vendors. It's an incredible system, and it works really well. My team appreciates it, but they would appreciate it if it was updated with the correct forms. It literally, with our clients, when we meet with them, we put in the information, and it prints it out with all their information, and you sign it. We have a budget. We do a budget with them, and it goes right through the system, so it's in there for them. So it's good. So that said, so that's what we have with that, and then and that's all. So we are now to assessor tickets.
Okay, everybody should be receiving, or if you're 65 years old or older, should be receiving your senior freeze in the mail in the next couple of days. The state was, with all their wisdom, decided that they were going to raise the income. So if the total income in the house is $65,000 or less, your assessment will be frozen. That's $10,000 higher than it was last year. With the values going up the way they are, if you think you're qualified, you want to come in and talk to us, we'll sit down and make sure that that you're at 65 or below, because it's going to be in the next few years a big savings. Let's see, April 20th, we're going to be at the Zion Park District between 9 and 10 o'clock. We're teaming up with the county, and I'll have a couple of my employees over there. So if you want to come and get your senior freeze form filled out, we'll be more than happy to help you. You need to be there for at least the last two January 1st. You need to bring your 2017 federal income tax form and your social security statement. I guess it's a SSA 1099. So there's no hurry on this. I mean, I think we have almost till July before it has to be filled out. But the quicker we get it done and over and notarized to the county, the better it is. Not this year, but 2019 is our quadrennial reassessment, which means that every parcel has to be revalued, every parcel needs to be viewed. we are starting on our quad pretty much right now. So I will be sending teams out on Saturdays and Sundays. And in the summertime, there'll be people out between 4:30 and 8:30. We like to look at the house, we like to walk around it, but I mean, if you don't feel that you want us to look in your backyard, you don't have to let us. Most of the time, we don't knock, we just go around the back and look and see if there's any. We're looking for people that put on additions illegally, have air conditioning that they didn't take permits on, decks, sheds, garages, additions. We find a lot of stuff, and this is going to give us an opportunity to look at these houses, and if we find something we can add and put it on the tax roll, and obviously you're going to be taxed for it, but you shouldn't be putting additions or doing anything without permits or going through the right channels. So if you see people walking around at between 4:30 and 8:30 in the summer, or we're always out on Saturday and Sundays, if you want to say hi, and we always could take a cup of coffee. So that's about it.
Will you wear clothing that will identify you, or
No.
have you ever received calls from the police? I wonder about
Well,
that, just walking
let's
around.
see, this will be the 36th year I've done this. I've probably 1,000 times the police have been called. Usually they're really great about it, just tell them where we are, and we don't really want to go into people's backyard, but if I want to look around the fence and see if there's an addition. The great thing about Zion is there's alleys, and we can always go down the alleys and look. Sometimes, one of our big projects this year is we're looking at all the 2-story houses, all the 1.5 stories, and all the 1 3/4 story houses, because in prior years, whoever classified them, I don't feel like they did a really good job classifying them. So I'm going through and reclassifying all the 2-story houses. But if you do everything right, you have nothing to worry about. It's just the people that don't take permits out.
It's always something that I wonder about, because how do people know what they have to get a permit for? I don't even know.
Anything.
Well, it's on the city website.
Right?
Yeah, and there's, on my website, it tells you what we assess for also.
Right.
Like, some townships assess for driveways. I don't do driveways. I don't do patios. I don't do sheds unless they're over 100 square feet. So that stuff's all on the website.
Yeah, I was wondering that because I redid my bathroom, and the contractor pulled some of the stuff out of there, and then I was like, wait, did I need to get a permit for this? Oh yeah, you probably should have. I'm like, are you kidding me? Well, it turned out, I talked to those guys, and it turned out because we didn't move any of the plumbing or the electrical or anything, we didn't need to, but I mean, I'm the township supervisor and I didn't know.
And we check, another thing we do, if we go up and down the street and we see a contractor in the yard, I'll go up to him and ask him, where's the permit? Or another thing is if there's a dumpster in the yard, it's a great way to tell if they're doing something they shouldn't be doing. So we have our ways.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was kind of a doggy downer. All right, any other questions for Assessor Wickets? Okay. Then the last item on the agenda is my report and announcements. Just to share with you that I say on the board report, the budget is ready for review. Next step is to set up a budget workshop date or just discuss at March board meeting. I was working on it tonight and realized that it's crazy to rush it and have there be, I really want to be able to put a fresh eye on it tomorrow. So I will have the draft of the budget ready by Wednesday, which is tomorrow, right? Today's Tuesday?
Yes.
By the end of the day tomorrow, I will have the budgets. And so my thought is I'll get them to you guys, and if you guys want to contact me, if you want to have a workshop about it, we can have a workshop. If you want to come in and meet one-on-one and just go through it, I would love to do that too. Whatever you would like to do. So it's pretty detailed, and it looks good this year. So, any feedback on that at all? So just wait and see.
I think so.
Okay, cool. Additionally, we did hire Rex Jones as our HR consultant, and he went through our employee manual and was pleasantly impressed, which was kind of cool. He's used to going in and tearing apart people's employee manuals, and he said ours was pretty good, but he will be making some recommendations, so we will have that for the March board meeting as well. And then we will be closed for the holiday on March 30th, and then again on from 8:30 until noon on April 18th for our Senior Resource Day. Larry, I just wanted to check with you. Is there a chance that you guys will be at the Senior Resource Day and hand out information about the Senior Freeze event on the 20th?
I don't think so, no. I have my reasons for that.
Okay.
It's just not the forum to do it, because people say that they have their forum, they want to sit down and do it, and it's too busy at that time.
Oh, right, I would never say to do it, but to hand out the information for the the April 20th event. We can talk about it
We'll
later.
talk about that
Okay,
later.
because it's at least over 100 of our seniors in town to be able to get that information to. It's a good marketing day. So, and then just to share a few other things that are going on, we're doing LIHEAP applications every Tuesday from 1 until 3 o'clock. We are seeing up to 24 individuals in that 2-hour period. It's crazy. Today was slow. But we are open for that, and it's to help anyone. It's low income energy assistance program. So call the office and we'll tell you exactly what you need and if you qualify to be able to do that. Also want to share that we have the Zion Benton Junior Leadership Academy. That this is in its second year. They're holding the sessions at Zion Township, and I stopped over there on Saturday. We have 16 of the most incredible youth in this program this year. And it's open to youth that are 14 to 18 years old, and we do it each year. So information is at zbla.info to get information for that. And then as well, applications are being accepted for the Zion Benton Leadership Academy, and we are in the middle of creating a alumni association with that group. We have 66 graduates, so we will be working on that at the end of April, I believe, is our kickoff for that. Also just want to share with you that I met with New Tech, and they've got interns that wanted spots to be able to work in the community, and we will be sharing at the March meeting everything that they are involved in, and I think you guys will be really excited. We had met 2 years ago about the community building project. They have dove in and they are taking over on that, and a number of different things, so that's really excited. As well, one of our kids from the community, he's no longer a kid, Calvin King III, he runs the free lunch program production company and does productions on bullying. And he came last year, you were there, Chris, and did not do what we thought he was going to do. He ended up doing a presentation, and more of a corporate presentation about bullying instead of a production. And so had 3 long conversations about it and came to the agreement that he's going to come back and help us create a marketing video for the summer work program with the kids as a balancing out of what we had hoped to get last year and didn't. And then we'll be bringing them back again to do the real production this summer for the summer work program. So really excited. He is an incredible guy, and he's homegrown. He went to our grade schools, our junior high, our high school. He's been in 750 schools in the Chicago area. So trying to get him here so that our kids get to see what successful graduates look like in our community. Wanted to just real quick do a shout out. I met with Trustee McKinney and Rich Ianson from the city and put together a procedure for emergency situations when the city is required to evacuate somebody from a home. So put together a really good plan. Rich picked up all the information, so that was really appreciated that. We hosted a meeting last week with 10 local partners on different opportunities for the youth this summer, and it was an incredible conversation. What I like about it is that we know all the partners, but the partners don't know each other. So the different school personnel, the pastors from the youth pastors from the different churches, things that are going on, they don't know each other. So it was a really good opportunity, and they exchanged numbers, and we'll be working more together. Anything else? LIHEAP, I said. Senior Resource Day, like I said, is going to be on April 18th. And just to give a shout out to our partners, the Zion Park District, Benton Township, the Grove at the Lake, and we added Oak Street Health to the group, and it's their job to find out how they can enhance our program this year to be a sponsor as well. So any of you that are available on April 18th from 8:30 until noon, I would love to have you stop by and say a few words to the seniors and see this event. It really is incredible. And then just last but not least, I am going on vacation, a real one, from Saturday until March 7th. So I will be back in the office on March 7th, but I wanted to give you a heads up with that. If you have any questions or issues or concerns, you can contact Sandra Usher in my office. And then last but not least, every month on our website, we post this. It is the Zion Township Monthly Report, and it lists out incoming calls, walk-in clients, and all the different services that we provide to the residents in the community. So if anybody's interested about that, you can get that on our website as well. And so we provide it for the board every month to make sure that you guys know what we're doing. So is there anything else to come before the board? Nothing. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Deteen? Trustee McKinney?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Meeting adjourned.